Have you ever encountered an error in your code that just doesn't make sense? It's frustrating, right? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into a common JavaScript error: cannot assign to read-only property name of object. I understand how annoying it is when your code throws unexpected errors, especially when you're trying to make progress. You're not alone in this. Many developers face similar issues. Here's the specific situation we're looking at. One user recently asked, "Why does my code throw an error when I try to assign a value to the name property?" They provided a code snippet that illustrates the problem. Sound familiar? Let's dig into this together and find a solution. So, what could be causing this error? The issue arises because the name property is read-only in the context of the object being created. We'll break it down step by step so you can understand what's going on. And don't go anywhere. I've got a pro tip at the end that will help you avoid similar errors in the future. To understand why the error occurs, we need to look at how properties are defined in JavaScript. When the user creates an object using object.create, it inherits properties from the prototype, but those properties are not writable by default. In this case, the user is trying to assign a value to the name property, which is read-only. To fix this, the user can define the name property as writable when creating the object. Alternatively, the user can modify the constructor of the extended class to ensure that the name property is set correctly. This can be done by explicitly defining the property in the constructor. Lastly, the user should test the changes to confirm that the error no longer occurs. They can do this by creating instances of extended class with different properties. Did you know? JavaScript was created in just 10 days. It's amazing how something so powerful can come together so quickly, but it also means we need to be careful with how we use it. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user explains that the name property is a reserved property of the function object. Therefore, you cannot assign a value to it in your code. That's all on that answer. Let's take a look at another one. An alternative solution provided by a user addresses the error in Angular and TypeScript. They point out that the issue arises when using the @output decorator incorrectly. Instead of writing @output followed by the variable name, the correct syntax requires parentheses, so it should be @output followed by the variable name. Let's check out another perspective from a different user. An alternative solution provided by another user is to use the ES7 or TypeScript spread operator. This approach allows you to create a new object while easily adding or updating properties, like the name property. That's it for that response. Let's explore another one. An alternative solution comes from a user who faced a similar issue in Angular. They found that duplicating the query parameters before merging or overriding them resolved the problem. Their method involves creating a local copy of the query parameters and then conditionally updating them based on a force flag. Let's take a moment to review another user's answer. An alternative solution shared by a user involves managing state in Redux. They suggest creating a new array to swap elements without modifying the original read-only array. This is done by iterating through the original array and pushing items into the new array based on their indices. Here's the pro tip I promised. Always check the properties of objects you create. Understanding which properties are writable can save you a lot of headaches down the line. And there you have it. You should now have a better understanding of why that error occurred and how to fix it. If you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button for more coding tips. And don't miss our bonus pro tip on avoiding common JavaScript pitfalls.